So I was just talking to some Irish lads that are roommates of mine, and they're staying in a different building, the same hostel that I'm staying at. There's 4 buildings in the hostel, so I consider them roommates. One of them was literally like in my room, but they're all hostel mates, should I say? We were saying like I might be the only American in this town of Ayr. And so far, I haven't met another person from the United States of America in Ayr. I met loads of Canadians, which are technically Americans, and Peruvians are technically also Americans because all those countries are in the Americas. But when people in Australia refer to someone as an American, they mean an American from the United States of America, and that's how. Okay, I once referred to people in the United States as Americans, and then some people in the comments were like, Mexicans are also Americans. But I mean, they're dumb enough to know that them living in the United States and just being around that most of the world refers to people in the United States as Americans. That's just like a nickname that the people from the U.S. have. And even though Canadians and Mexicans, Peruvians are Americans, a lot of them will also, like, they'll know that, oh, no. I'm not an American the way people refer to as the people of the United States as American. They're Canadian. There's one guy, he told me he's from Canada. I told him, well, you're an American. He's like, no, I'm a Canadian. But yeah, that's because even though technically he is an American, he's a native of the Americas, he knows that most of the people use American as people from the U.S. So it's another day in Ayr. Pretty neat place. And well, so far this past week I worked 3 shifts. I was making about $50 an hour, and hopefully I get more work next week. So my intention was to work here for 3 months, and supposedly work is going to pick up, and it's going to be mango season pretty soon in like 3.5 weeks. And supposedly that's when work picks up, but who knows, I might start working more next week. So if that doesn't happen, I'm probably going to move to Bundaberg because it's much bigger. Bundaberg is much bigger. It's more scenic. There's more things to do, more things to see. It's not as boring as Ayr, and there's more work there, and the work there is a lot easier. The fruits here that people work on are like watermelon, freaking pumpkins, which are physically taxing. They're physically demanding crops to work on, farms to work on, and tomatoes and other things like that are a lot easier to work on. And there's a lot of work in tomato farms, but the pay is like around $30 an hour, and you basically almost everyone, if you work 5 days a week on a farm here in Australia, you're making over $1,000 a week.